This week's parsha is Parshas ויחי. First Rashi in the parsha starts, Lama Parshas Stuma. The parsha is a parsha Stuma. In the end of every parsha there's an empty space. This week's parsha just goes straight as if it's one parsha. You can't tell that it's a new parsha over here. That's called Stuma. So Rashi's Lashon is, שכשמס יעקב אבינו נסתמו עיניהם בליבם של ישראל מצורס השיבוד. Yaakov Avinu died, it became a stima, stopped up. The eyes and the hearts of the Jewish people became stopped up from the tzar of the shibud, as if to say that the shibud of Mitzrayim, the galus Mitzrayim started, the work, the hardships of Mitzrayim started. Yet, there are other chazals. In fact, there are 5 different chazals, midrashim, that each one gives a different time when the Shibud Mitzrayim started. There's another medrash that says that as long as Yosef and one of the brothers were living, the Shibud Mitzrayim didn't start. And the pasuk says, "Vayomas Yosef cholecha v'cho ador ahu." The 12 Shvatim, or even more, the whole generation. After that, started the Shibud. That seems to be a different zman. Here Rashi brings a medrash that started after the death of Yaakov. The medrash says it started after the death of the Shvatim. Third chazal, Third chazal is, so it's like this. That means, again, there's a medrash that says Yosef, Vayomas Yosef. Then there's that's a second medrash. Third medrash is Kozman Shechad Min Hashvatim Kaim, not just Yosef. Yosef died before his brothers Kiyodua. And so the third medrash is that as long as even one of the brothers, one of the Shvatim were alive, the Shibud didn't start. Fourth chazal is V'cho ador ahu. As long as anybody from that door was alive, the Shibud didn't start. The 70 Ayashivim Nefesh, they went down to Mitzrayim. Fifth chazal, rolling by the fifth now, right? Yaakov, Yosef, Shvatim, the door. The fifth one is a Pirkei Blazer, Dover Pele. We never heard of it before, we're not used to it. 30 years before Yetzias Mitzrayim started the Shibud. What was it until then? I don't know. Could be it means the kosher Shibud, working hard. What happened 30 years before Yetzias Mitzrayim? Says the
what's so hard to believe?
We're not
maybe it wasn't so bad.
Maybe it wasn't so bad. We're not used to it, let's better accept. What happened 30 years before Yetzias Mitzrayim? The Bnei Ephraim decided, they thought that this is the time of the Gula because, what was it? Because it was Arba Me'ez Shana were finished. And there's one place it says Shloshim Shana v'Arba Me'ez Shana, so they didn't have the cheshbon of those Shloshim Shana, the extra 30 years. So they thought, now it's the time of the Gula. And they got up and they went out of Mitzrayim on their own.
Who was their leader?
I don't know.
I think the Pirkei Rabbi brings his name was Yinun, and they want to say that's the father of Yeshua.
Bin Nun?
Yinun. I forget exactly.
So look it up. He doesn't say which parak it's in. Okay, but we believe Rabbeinu Yoel. Would have been good to look it up inside, but we believe him. Now, so how do you fit in all these 5 different times? How do you fit it together? What are you going to say? It's Midrashim Chalukim. It's too much, too many Midrashim. You have to find a way. Besides that, you don't say that unless you have to, but there's a way, Rabbeinu Yoel finds a way to fit everything together. And this seems to be a system in all the Torahs that we said until now, the last few weeks. I see it's working out that way, taking different places, different chazals, and putting it all together, or taking the Soda Sator and putting it together with the Pshat, making Kol Torah Kula to be an Inyan Echad, like the Lashon of the Tosefta in Sanhedrin. So he says like this. He says, when Yaakov Avinu died, it doesn't say the Shibud. Doesn't mean, at least, that the mamish, the shibud started. They had to start working b'chomer b'levein. Nistemu einayim v'libum. The hearts and the eyes get stopped up. So he says like this, very good. The Chazal say that as long, when Yaakov came, actually Rashi brings it in last week's parsha. Heilachem zera, zeratem z'adom Yosef said, take seeds and plant the ground. Chazal say that when Yaakov came to Mitzrayim, the Rav, the famine stopped. And there became a bracha came in, and they started, things started growing, and they had seeds, and they started planting. But, that's a Rashi, and Chumash brings Rashi, doesn't bring the end of the Chazal. And after Yaakov died, it came back. The Rav came back. They had to make it up those years. So it comes out like this. As long as Yaakov Avinu, the Jewish people were living in our Goyish country, being by the Mitzrim. As long as Yaakov Avinu was alive, everybody knew that in the schus of Yaakov, the Tzaddik Hador, there's a bracha, and we have what to eat, and we can plant, and new things are going to grow. Nobody could say the Goyim have any schus hatayna, the Goyim have any shlita, the Goyim are doing something. We all know it's clear that in the Tzaddik Hador, the whole Shefa, where Hashem sends down to the world, Shefa, it's all in the schus of the Tzaddik Hador, it was clear. Although, we see cases where things are clear and still people are blind. Sometimes people are blind. But that wasn't the case over there. Everybody knows the Tzaddik Hador is bringing down, Hashem is sending down the Shefa to the world through it. So who are we, the Mitzrim thought? We're a government, we're a kingdom. It's all from them. After Yaakov died, came back the Rav, and then they forgot already that what a tzaddik can do. So then, yeah, or I don't even know if you have to say it. Yeah, he does bring it that the Rav came back. Even without that, when you don't see it, when it's not in front of you, so then you forget. So now already they forgot the schus of the tzaddik wasn't there anymore. So they start feeling we're living in a Goyish, we're living under a Goyish kingdom. We're part. We have to thank them. I think in English it's called to pledge allegiance. Yeah, am I right?
Yeah, I think so.
There is such a thing. That means to make a hodah, that this is the government, this is the malchus. Yeah, right, that's what it means. It's a hodah baldin, modim anachnu loch. That you're the king, you're the government, that we're your subjects, we're living under you. Ooh, that's already anish to my name, unbelievable. You're under the Goyim, you're under Hashem. What's the difference if there is a Rav or there's a Sava? You're under a Shus of Hashem. The Goyim have a Shlita, there's something. It's only Achidas Einayim.